Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Okay, so Alathana, who was one of the constructors in the PBN Institute's Puzzle Pack, our monthly reward for February, which is just finished, of course, the month, I mean. Alathana recommended a puzzle by Panthera to us, which is, Panthera, obviously a friend of the channel, one of the other constructors. And I had the briefest look at it a few days ago and went, oh, Japanese sums, big puzzle, you know, could do that. But it'll be sort of Japanese sums. Anyway, I thought I'll do it today. I like a big puzzle. It'll probably finish with a picture. I've just read the rules. This is not normal. This is a big puzzle with very abnormal rules that I'm not certain I understand, having read through them once a moment ago. So we will see what happens. And the title is The Secret is 66. Who knows what that means? I will be having a look at this puzzle in a moment. It seems confusing. And if we have a go, there'll be some colours in the grid at the end of half an hour or an hour. We'll see what happens. Now, first of all, Patreon rewards this month's is Blobs' fantastic Nurikabe puzzle pack. Puzzles based on the Nurikabe World stream that we were doing, but brilliant rules. And Blobs has really proved you can take an idea and turn it into a puzzle pack. Absolutely fabulous. We love it. And we think it'll be very popular. So do give it a go. Join us on Patreon if you haven't already. For the $3 a month patrons, there's solution videos that come out after the run of the puzzles is over. There's crossword videos and connection videos for all the $2 a month patrons. Loads going on. Do check it out. Now, what else have we got? We've got on our... We've got our apps, of course, which do feature all sorts of puzzle types, but not this one, and not this size either. They're all 9x9 Sudokus. The latest one out is Fog of War. It's very good. Do give it a go. We've also got, of course, Sven's Sudoku Pad and our merchandise. Do check that all out on the links under the video. The first link is to this puzzle by Panthera, and I will try and explain the rules, which include Japanese sums rules. So I will go through it as slowly as I think it is needed. So here we go. The shaded regions, outlined in red, create a 6x6 grid scattered throughout the big grid. In this 6x6 grid, place the, I mean, I could oh look, I've highlighted all the shaded digits, but I don't need to do that because they're shaded. In this 6x6 grid, place the digits 1 to 6 exactly once in each row and column. The unshaded regions create a 10x10 grid scattered throughout the big grid. In this 10x10 grid, place the digits 0 to 9 exactly once in each row, column, and region. Now, I'm going to explain this because this is the bit I didn't really get. I was thinking, how do you put these together to make a 6x6 grid? Because surely if you put these shapes inside these shapes, it'll be about 8x8 or something. And surely there are more than 36 shaded cells. So we're not creating a 6x6 Sudoku grid. And that's true. But in every... So that the whole grid is 16x16, and every row, column, and region of that grid, 4x4 regions, has the numbers 0 to 6 in shaded cells. And if you check any column of this, there are only 6 shaded cells, or any row, or any box. Okay, so we're actually going to put 0 to 6, which are 7 different digits. Oh no, it's 1 to 6 in that case. Sorry, 1 to 6, which are 6 different digits, exactly once in each row, column, and region. I hope I didn't say 0 to 6. In the unshaded regions, we're placing 0 to 9. And in much the same way, there are 10 unshaded cells in every row, column, and region of the big grid, and they all contain 0 to 9. Okay, this is weird. Now, normal Japanese sums rules apply. Colours used in this puzzle are orange, letter R, green, letter G, black, letter B, light blue, letter L, dark blue, letter K, yellow, Y, and purple, P. For best results, remove all unshaded marking you've done once completed. Now, thanks Panthera for using colours on my palette. That's very handy. Japanese sums rules. The squares outside the grid indicate the order of the runs of contiguous clues that must be shaded the colour of the clue. The number in the square indicates the sum of the cells in the run, and there must be at least one unshaded cell between runs of the same colour, but that's not required for runs of different colours. All shaded runs are given. So I'm going to take this row as an example, this row. Apparently in this row, somewhere along it, we have cells summing, could be one cell, summing to 3 in purple, cells summing to 6 in blue, cells summing to 24 in light blue, cells summing to 0 in green. That's going to be a cell of value 0. Then a space, because there's another green coming next. Cells summing to 5 in green, cells summing to 9 in light blue, and cells summing to 5 in green, in that order. So those are the rules. That's just really fascinating. Panthera thanks math for creating this very interesting grid. And I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to try and find out. So let's get cracking. Now, Panthera in the title has told us the secret number, which is 66. But I'm just going to check the maths on that because it would be a cruel lie if it was a lie. So 0 to 9 in the unshaded cells must add up to 45. 1 to 6 in the shaded must add up to 21. That's why the secret is 66. So have we got any rows or columns that add up to 66? It would be lovely if the totals were supplied. How about this one? 28, 37, 46. Only 52. This has got a 24 in it, this one I was actually going through. 24, 33, 38, 47, 52. That's not enough. I mean, if we could find a 66 column. Oh, this one's got two 14s. 28, 39, 32, 37, 45. No, nowhere near. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's start with black. There's only one row that's got black and one column that's got black, and they've both got a 3 in. So that's a black 3. There we go. Yes, let's use consonants of colour. So the orange, 3 in that column, and 0's interesting. I don't think it applied to the black, but it does apply to orange because there's 0 in column, what's that, 15 of orange. And that must be a cell that has a 0 in it. Now, 0 doesn't appear in the shaded, so 0 is in the unshaded. But only these 2 rows have orange in, and only these 2 columns. So orange is confined within this region. 0, there is only one cell here that has orange, and it has a value of 0. So these 2 are a 2 and a 1 in orange, and that makes up the 3 looking down from above. Now, I don't know which of these is an orange 0, but one of them is. And weirdly is contributing to the column. Now, we're going to need an unshaded colour. I'm going to use what's left on my palette. I'm going to have to use red, really. Right, red is my unshaded colour. Now, I know those are both red because orange is the last clue in this row, in both of these rows. And there are very few cells coloured in this column. 0 in green. And there can only be 1 0 in each column because there's only 1 0 in unshaded and none in shaded. And then 2 in purple somewhere. Right, well, we need somewhere where purple is the last clue. It's either there or here because that's a 1 purple. So that can't be a single digit 2. I see, this is confusing. In theory, purple 2 could be 2 1s, one shaded and one unshaded. That's vicious. I don't think that's probably happening. Wow, I mean, I don't really know what's going on at all. I could easily make bad deductions here. I wanted to sort of find the areas where yellow overlapped in columns and rows, but it's too difficult. Now, There's a 0 green clue. It's either there, it's not here because 0 can't appear in a shaded cell in green. I'm looking for 0 green. Oh no, it doesn't mean it has to be, it could be there if those added up to 5 in green and that was also a green 0. Oh wow, this is so weird. Okay, I really don't know what's going on in this puzzle. That is the long and the short of it. I mean, I think... No, this is not the purple 2, because in the column, purple 2 comes below 0 green. So this is the purple 2. I'm going to use that purple, violet, I sometimes call it, but I'm going to call it purple today. Now, we can't have a 0, we can't have 1, 1, because these digits mustn't repeat in shaded. So that is correct. Everything else in this column is either red or a green 0. So everything in the shaded cells is red, because there are no zeros in those. Yeah, that's fair. The last clue in this row is a 0, so that's not in red. So that could be in that section or it could be over here. 8 in green is the... this is interesting. So in this row, the total of the clues is 60. 34, 44, 52, 60. Only 6 cells are unshaded. Only value of 6 is unshaded. And that includes this at the end here. You could almost start partitioning up the other digits. 1 in purple, 9 in dark blue, 12 in light blue, 22 in yellow, 8 in light blue, 8 in green. It's close. When will we ever get traction in this puzzle, if ever? This is nuts. This is nuts. I wish I hadn't taken this on in a way. Right, that 2 is part of a purple string that adds to 5. Well, these are all different digits, so that's got to be a 3. We can't have 2, 2, 1 or anything. These other digits, they don't have to be purple, but they're in the shaded cells. They are 1, 4, 5, and 6 in some order. As are these in this region. That 2 is... Now, that 3 is mentioned in its column, and it doesn't have purple beneath it, so that's red. Then there's a 1 at the bottom of this column in purple. It's very tempting to imagine that's this clue. And indeed, I don't think purple appears late enough in the rows. There must be 3 cells of colour after purple. Yeah, this is good. So in this column, we've got 6 in green somewhere up there. Then the 3 in orange. This is unshaded. Then we've got to have 12 in green, at least 2 cells. 16 in light blue, at least 2 cells. 9 in dark blue, which can come into this cell. And then 1 in purple, which must be in one of the bottom ones, and it's not there, so it's here at the bottom. That is a 1. And don't worry that there's 2 1s in this column. 1 is shaded and 1 is unshaded, and that's fine. This is madness. Right, now, I'm very tempted to... green is at least 2 cells, so I think that goes green. Light blue is at least 2 cells, so I think that's light blue. Dark blue, annoyingly, could be 1. Right, dark blue and light blue can't be 1 and 2 cells respectively, because they would both use 9s. Light blue adds up to 16, so it would be 9 and 7. Because they're all unshaded, so there's no repeats. Dark blue is 9. So dark blue and light blue between them are 4 cells. So that one is dark blue. This one is light blue. This one is light blue. This is green and part... No, not that one. This is green and part of the 12. In the rows, the only things we've got contributing towards 12 are an 8 and a 4. That must be what's going in here. because otherwise we can't get to the 12 total if we used any other digit in these rows. So 8 and 4 go in there. Right, the light blue. Now, what is the secret for unshaded cells, which add up to 45? And remember, 0 still has to come in. But 0 is not going to come in here. That's 16 and 9 is 25. That is going to require all numbers. 9, 7, 6, 3, very specifically. Can't do it any other way, I don't think. In fact, only 5 is not clued. These are 9, 7, 3, and 6. And the 9 at the bottom is either a 3, 6 pair, and we can have a repeat 3 in this region. That's annoying. But, yeah, no, there's no but. 7 is in the light blue area, so that's not 7, that's all I know. It is allowed to be 3, even in the row, in the region. That's annoying. But at the top, these are 0 and 5. Now, I don't know if they're contributing to green. No, look at the rows. 0 might be contributing to green, but it's not contributing any actual numerical contribution. That is green in the column, purple in the row. Yes, anywhere where this purple in the row meets a first colour that is not purple in the column, I can colour red as non-shaded. And that's all of those. So this is where the purple happens. It's a single 2 there. This is part of a 3 clue. So that is going to be a 1 in purple, violet. Or, well, yeah, it can't be a 0. We're in the shaded. I'm trying to remember 0. Anyway, that finishes off that 1 as well. Then we have a gap, because we must have gaps between runs of the same colour. Then we're going to have a 3. Well, that's going to be here, isn't it? To match that 3. And then a gap. This is necessarily a gap, because it's purple in the column, but blue in the row. Same is true there and there. Now, that doesn't mean all of these other cells in the column are purple, because they don't actually add up to very many. We're allowed, this might be a 3, probably is given the row, but we would be allowed a 1 or a 2 or even a 0 in this cell, which is wildly annoying in many ways, but it's true. 4, 5, and 5 are the runs of violet or purple. I said I'd call it purple here. Then a 1 here and a 0 here. I suspect those are both purple, and they are 1, 0. But then where the 2 turns up down here, I don't know. Ah, wow, this is crazy thoughts. I'm sorry, this is really hard to work out what to do. 22, 42, I'm counting columns just to see if any of them approach 66, which would be a useful number. 27, 32, 44, 47, no, it doesn't look like they do. Okay, but the same principle can apply at the end. No, these all end in green, so do those. At the bottom, we've only got purple along the bottom, so that is red because its column ends in non-purple. So too for those, and here again the clue ends in non-purple. So that's red. This could be a purple 0 or not. I mean, 0s are very cruel numbers to include in this. Now, where are we going to get purple 9? Oh, it could well be here. Or it could be 2, 4, 3 here. Or it could even be some of these. It's so mad. These are red as well, because we've got purple and dark blue in the row, but none of those colours in the column. Same here, they're red. I mean, I don't predict this helping. In fact, anywhere where they're not yellow at the end, there, for instance, we can red. Now here, these could be yellow finally, so I'm going to have to stop doing that. I don't know how anything helps. This row has a 0 purple. It's probably there, isn't it? It was, don't know. That could be the 0 purple in the column. That's very hard to tell. Oh, 0 green in this row. That must be matching with this 0 green here in the column, mustn't it? Because it can't be green above the other colours, even here. This would be green above bright blue 19. No, that's too many. Could it be there? 0. Oh, there is a 0 green there. No, 14, 14, 8 is impossible. Yeah, the numbers are too big below all the other greens, or the numbers of all the different runs of colours. That is the 0 green. It's another digit in the puzzle. And that is the last red, non-red cell in the final column. So they're all red. Okay, and this is part of the 11 sum in this row. Then we have dark blue 13. Actually, what do these add up to? 21, 34, 45 in this row. Could be just the unshaded cells, couldn't it, in theory? This was not the puzzle to take on at this time. It's just too much. That was 8 green, and that's the last thing in the row. So that's red. Well, unless I decided it was a 0 in green. It's not, because this is meant to be one run and it couldn't connect with the 3. I think the green 3 has to be here after the blue. Yes, it does. There it is. And that is the 3 in this column. It can't connect with a 0 there. It could connect with a 0 here, but that one is red. Oh, we couldn't have a 0 in this cell because it's in the shaded area. So the orange 0 is here. The green 3 is there. Everything else above this in the column is red. That's interesting. And then below the 3, we have a blue 4. That's here. A dark blue 1. That's there. And then 3. Excellent. Now that's not a 3 in unshaded. Bother. This is a 3 unshaded, so that can't be a 3 at least. Got 6. That is part of a 9, so that is dark blue. And now these two add up to 9. They are a 3-6 pair. I don't know if you can see my pencil marking. It seems very small even to me. Then above the 3-6 pair, we have a 7-9 pair in light blue. Now, if it was here, this has to be a 7 because that adds up to 11. Now that's a 9. This is blue. In fact, both of those are blue because they can't be 9 again. We're adding to 18. The 11 has ended there. Now in the columns, this is part of a 14 sum with a blue 14 beneath it and then a purple 8, which cannot be single purple here. So the blue 14 is going to be there and this cell is involved in the purple. If this is purple, it can only be 0, and we've had a 0 in the region. So that is not purple, that is red. This is purple and is an 8. And that works fine in the row, which makes this a 6 and that a 3. Okay, and in this row we're adding up to 9. So we've got 5, 2 and 6. I can't put a 2 here because we couldn't make the sum add up to 9. We're not allowed to repeat in that unshaded area. So that's a 5. No, 5, 2 and 9. Yeah, but it couldn't be a 9. This is either 9 unshaded But no, I can do the maths on the column. That's a 9, that's a 2. Now, I've got most of this region done now, apart from the 4, 5, 6 in the unshaded. Well, that's a relief. It's nice to have something done in the puzzle at all. Now, this 9 is contributing to a 13 sum. So that's dark blue, but it can't be a single 4. So it's got to be a 1, 3, and we can't have 0 again. So that is a 1, 3 pair and completes the 13 sum. And these are contributing to a 3, which is the last thing down the column. But this is non-blue, so that is the 3. These are red. This is the 1, and that's contributing to a 5 in this column. Now, we need a 0 purple along here. Well, it's got to be in this cell, I feel. Not sure. Still not sure, but it's not blue, this cell, because the next thing in the row going rightwards is purple. So this goes upwards. We need 5, and we can't have a 3, 1 pair, so that's a 2. And that is contributing to 9 in the row. So that's blue, probably a 7, don't know that for sure. This pair adds up to 9 to make the 18 sum here. And they're not 2, 7 or 3, 6. They're not 4, 5, because that can't be 4 or 5. So that's a 1 and that's an 8, and they're correct. That 1 is contributing to a 14 sum in bright blue. So that's going to take at least 2 more cells. This 8 is contributing to an 18 sum, so that's going to take 2 more cells at least. Oh, this was contributing to a 5. I should have written a 4 in there. I'm sorry, I meant to write a 4. I said 4, then I wrote 2. And that's contributing to a 9 sum, so that should be adding 5, which can't be 1, 4 or 3, 2. So that is a single 5. Or it could be a single blue 0, except blue doesn't carry on to there because there's no blue in this column, no dark blue. So that's a 5, contributing to an 8 sum, which must go up to a 3 there. I know that that 3 doesn't go up here because that's not going to be dark blue. So there we go. And that 3 is the only dark blue in this part of this row. So the 5 is done. So I think all the blue over this side of the puzzle is done, all the dark blue. Now, up here, this is 22. So that involves a 9 and either 8, 5 or 7, 6. Well, none of these cells can be an 8 because we've had the 8s in these regions. So this is a 9, 7, 6 triple. And that one's not 9. Now, what are they contributing going north? This one is an 8. So that is not 9. That is either 7 or 6, and this is 1 or 2, but it can't be 1. We've had the unshaded 1, so that's a 2, that's a 6, that's a 7, that's a 9. That's contributing to an 18 sum, which needs a 1. Oh yeah, this blue was 2. Now in this column we were going 14, but I can't put 6. I can't put the remaining 6 here. Oh, I'm running into a problem now. Oh, darn, 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 darn. Above the 8, I meant to have yellow in this column. I want this to be a 5, but it's only adding up to 13. Have I done my maths wrong somewhere? Probably have, probably have. Oh, it was all going swimmingly. Look, I was going to be able to do Sudoku in this box in a moment, but I can't make this sum work. 8 plus 6. But a 6 there will kill the 8 blue sum. And a 5 here would need a 1 there. Ah, it just doesn't quite work. I've messed up. Let's just check the maths here. 18 and 8, they seemed to work. And that had to be, well, I've probably forgotten about zeros, haven't I? Zeros are the cruel things. Or here, I could have gone 6, 1, 1. Oh, that is so weird. But here I needed a 1. I could go 8, 9, 0, 1. Ah, let's try that. 8, 9, 0, 1. And that's providing the 1 in this row. And then this can be a 6. There we go. Okay, that's corrected it. That is done, that 14. This 18 is done, and it all works. That 8 is right, that 22 is right. 0 is a beast. That's a 7 just by Sudoku. I don't necessarily know that it is purple, although the odds are good. The odds are very, very good that that is a purple. In fact, how could purple 7 be achieved in this column? Oh, down here. The odds are good, but they're not good enough to write it in. Right, in this box, we need 0, 2, and 5 in the unshaded cells. That one can't be 0, and it can't be 5, so that's a 2. This one can't be 5, so that's 0. I'm doing Sudoku now. Right, and we have 0 labelled in this column. That's got to be green. And that works in the row as well. Okay, in fact, I could have deduced it in the row had I noticed it, which I did not. So the unshadeds are going a lot better than the shadeds. In fact, 3 and 4 are remaining in this column as unshaded. Now, what else do we have as clues up here? We've only got yellow 11, blue 3, and green 5. But these only add up to 21. What do the clues add up to? 19. I've got 28 up there. That's annoying. Right. 6, 3, 12 in green. Oh, no, I've done that. That's down here. Oh, I don't know. Okay, that 1... Well, there could be a 0 there. It doesn't really matter. That could be part of 9 on the left and 11 going up. This 3 needs a yellow 1, a light blue 2, and a green 6. Ah, that can't be all the green 6 in one go, so this has to be green, because there's only 0 green in that row. This is light blue and is a 2. This is yellow and is a 1. Now, in the row, that's contributing to 7, but we could go here. In the row, this is contributing to 9. This green is contributing to 7. It can't be 4 with a 7 there because we don't have 7 in shaded. So that's contributing to 7 in the row and 6 in the column. I don't know what to fill in for that. We've got 6 in yellow under the 3. I don't know whether that's 1 digit, 2 rows, or neither. Okay, in shaded in this column, we've got 4, 5, and 6 to place. Now that's interesting in light of the green 6. It's going to have to be one cell, because that can't be green now. They'd add up to at least 9. So that's green 6. This is red, unshaded. This is now not 6. Neither of these are 6. This is 5 or 4, and could be contributing to yellow, or might not. In the unshaded, we've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 still to go. That's a lot of digits. Not what I wanted. That 6 is contributing to 7 in its row, so there's probably a 1 either side of it. I'm trying not to forget 0 for once. This 2 is part of a blue that comes before a green 5. Don't know. No, the value of the green 5 must be entirely contained in the shaded cells, because that can't have a green 5 value in the row. So, sorry, the value of the green 6 is entirely enclosed within the shaded cells and can't use a 1. So it's either 2, 4 or a single 6. After the 3, we have 6 in yellow and then 2 in green. I can just fill them in the row. Oh, it's hard to spot. That's part of a set adding up to 6, so that's green. Could be a 4, but this is part of a set. So is that. That probably is a 4. Oh, well, this can't be part of 2, 1, 3 because we've had the 1 in shaded. So that it could be 2, 0, 4 though. So that's 4 or 0. No, there's no zeros in the shaded. 4, 2, 6. Right, the 1 in this box shaded is there. The 3 and 5 are in those cells. But we've had a 3 shaded in that column. It's so weird looking for this sort of stuff. So I get the numbers. 4, 2, 1. I've got 3, 5, and 6. That is 3 or 5 because it sees a 6 in shaded. This is 3, 5, or 6. Now the colours in this column, well, the 6 was the top of green, so everything else is red. No zeros until you get there. Now, this is 2, 4, 5 in some order. This yellow is part of 11 in the column. Ah. It can't run above there because there's no yellow in this row. So it's got to run down to here, and that's a 4. And that is the first region that crosses the border, I think. Maybe not, but it's the first one I've really noticed. Now, this is still 2, 4, 5. That's become a 3. That 4 is contributing to a 9 sum, and the 11 is contributing to an 11. Sorry, the 1 is contributing to an 11 sum, which must go to at least here. That's part of a 22 sum. That could only have a maximum 11 in those two cells, 6 and 5. So it must continue down here. The 6 is part of a 7 sum, which doesn't go there because that is the wrong number. So that's green and is 0. No, it can't be 0 in the shaded, so that's a 1. And the green is finished. Unless, well, it could have a 0 there. It probably does. Beastly. That one could have a 0 there, but this can't be green. In fact, that can't be 2. This is in a blue 9, which could include that, but must include this. And that's part of a blue 4, which doesn't go to here because this is going to have to be yellow in this row to get to 7. So that is a 4 in the column. And that's now a 5 by Sudoku. That makes this a 3 and this a 6. These are a 4, 2 pair. This has become a 5 in its region. That's a 3, that's a 1. This is 2 and 6, and that is 5, so that's 4. Just doing Sudoku in these regions, and it's very confusing, but I'm managing to keep a track on it. Those are 1 and 4 in shaded in that row. These are from 2, 3, 5, 6, which is weird, but anyway. That now can't use them both, so that's a 6. That's 2. This yellow is done. That 6 is done in yellow. This is going yellow in a 22, but it's in a 13 going left. So that's yellow as well. That's in a 9 going north-south. I don't know if that has to come here. 1 and 4 would need a 6 here, but that's legal. No, it's not. We've had a 6 there, so we've got to go into that cell as well. It's mad, this puzzle. It's so mad. Okay, but this is going all right. I just need to keep track. The 1 on green is the end unless that's a green 0. Right, that is red because it's not a 0. That could be green 0, or that could be green 0. Light blue 4 can't be here, above the 1. Can't be here as the first thing. Can't be here as the first thing in its column, or here as the first thing in its column, or here. Where's light blue 4 going to go? It can't be there or there. Because even that column, the first thing that's not red is green. So light blue 4 is going to have to be here. And dark blue 6 is going to have to be here. Absolute giveaway, but so hard to spot. Then we've got a sum of 24 going south, or with a 6 in it, we're going to need 4 cells. In this sum of 20, we're going to need at least 2 more blue. The 4 is ending. I mean, we could have a 0 in blue, in bright blue, but after that, I don't know, we're going to have a green 0 somewhere along here, not in the shaded cells where 0 is not allowed. That's got to be a 5 now. That might be a 9. Well, it probably isn't. These have to add up to 15, although maybe... Well, look at the rows. Oh, we've got 6 in dark blue in this row. I was going to say that it doesn't work because this can't be a 6. It can be a 6. It is a 6. And this is purple, violet, purple, and is a 3. That's so weird to have this repeat 6. 12, 17. We need 7 more. We can't get it here where the row begins with 0. That is a 0. This is dark blue. Might be a 7. Yeah, might be a 7 this time. So strange. The puzzle is so strange. These digits are 3, 4, 5, and I literally don't know which is which. In this column, we're meant to start with a bright green 0 and then have the blues. Right. These can't both... Oh, this is part of a 24. So the green 0 is above here somewhere. One of these is a green 0. It's got to be that one, hasn't it? I don't know. I can't be 100% sure. Then there's a green 4 that can't be just that cell because it would be a 4 in unshaded. So that is green. The blue 11 begins below that. This is part of a blue 19, which must be at least 3 cells. And there's a 0 above. This is part of at least 11. And then we've got to fit in green 17 and blue 8. Well, that's going to have to be blue. Oh. No, green 17 could be 2 cells. Well, it can't be there because that column has 0 in green. Green 17 is going to go into those 2 and it's going to be 9, 8. Oh, no. Yes, it can't go to here because that's going to have to be blue. It's either 6 or 8. Depending on whether that's blue. I just don't know. So confusing and difficult, and I've got to go. I will be back to this soon. Right, sorry, I had to go for a bit there. Now, look, I'm going to go a bit slower because I may have been gabbling a bit as I've tried to be making my way through this. It is a complicated idea, and I don't want... If you've got through this while going, what is he doing? I'll try and improve my clarity of explanations a bit. It is a very odd idea that every row and column has 2 1s, 2s, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Only 1, 0, 7, 8, 9. And it all depends on whether they're in these enclosed areas. It may not be helping that I'm using red. For the colouring of unshaded areas. In fact, I've got pink available. Why don't I change the red to pink? Which may at least allow us to see shading. Anyway, now, where did we get to? I was probably up in the top left corner. 1, 6, 4. I'm really left a little uncertain where the green 0 is going to come. It could be there on its own, with a 0 clue, or there with a 0 clue, or there. But it could be in any of the other places as part of a longer clue of green. That could be a blue 9. We need a 9 still in this row. These, if they were finished as blue, they would add up to 24. They would be 9, 8, 7. These are part of an 11 sum, or maybe the whole of it. That is either part or whole of an 8 sum, but that could include this 2. Now this 2, 4, they are not complete in the 9 sum in the row, so they need that one. That is 9. Now that 3 Could that be taking part in the 7 sum? The reason it couldn't is slightly complicated. For this to be in the 7 sum, oh, well, that would be yellow, and that can't be yellow in this row. So this is in the 5 sum, and it definitely needs a 2 to go with it. But it might not be this 2. It might be a 2 here, which is weird, but a 2 there is legal. It's not prevented by this 2, which is in a shaded cell here. Now I find that, okay, why it is not a blue 2 here is that the blue 9 is confined before this green cell over this side. So none of these are blue. I don't know where there might be a green 0 amongst them, but that is not blue. So that is blue and makes up the 5. Now that that's blue, this is a 6 because it's in the 8 sum in this row. I mean, it just still feels horrible having 6 and 6 sitting next to each other in the same row and region, but it is nonetheless okay. Now the greens are adding up to 17 in this row. They could still be a 9-8 pair. Then there are blues adding up to 11. That 6 is part of a 19 sum going north-south. These yellows, oh, they're 5s. No, I was going to say they're the top of the colours, but they're not. There is a green 0 in one of those cells. At least that means this can't be a green 0 and this can't be a green 0, so they're both unshaded, which I'm making pink. Now in this column we've got green 5. In this row, oh, that's part of the 7 and that is part of the 4. Or probably the whole of the 4. I was about to say, well, it can't extend because the value of the columns of green is 0. But it could extend through, it could go 1, 0, 3, and then that part be part of a 9. It is so confusing with these, what am I trying to say, with these possible zeros around the place. That's the confusing thing. Now those have added up to 9. They were green, they were blue. Then we've got green 5, then a space and green 0, and then blue 24. That's very difficult. I just don't know. Oh, let's have a look at this. This has got a lot of different colours in its row, and we've got some of the back end. We've got green, yellow, black, yellow. Then we've got to have a blue 0 and a green 1. Then a blue 14, which is probably under here. A dark blue 9. And a purple 4. Oh, this has to be the purple 4 on its own. It's got to be. Because it comes before the blue. Right. And that is the 4 in the column. And this is not potentially a 0, so that's pink, not shaded. That 4 is in a shaded cell. This is the last shaded cell in the row and must be a 1. That is Sudoku now, weirdly. Now what is that 1? Is it the green 1 in the row? It probably is. Right, this is not blue because in the row with there's only one blue region. So in this column, where this 6 needs to expand to 19, it must go into that cell. That is bright blue. This could be a 0, or it... No, this can't be a 0, because the 0 in the row is going to be green. So that is not bright blue. So the bright blue goes all the way down to there to make the 19. This is bright blue in the row and is a 0 in that position. Right, so that gets 0 out the way. This is now not green 0. So that's going to be green 0, so that it can be separated from green 5 there. And then the blue here is a 7, 8, 9 triple. So in the unshaded, we still have 1, 2, and 4 to place. We've got 0 green, and I've put the 5 and the 0 the wrong way round there. That's embarrassing. I'll just fix that. 5 there, 0 there. That was the right way round. That's the 24. That's the 9. So all the shaded in this row are done. Those are pink. In this column, this is now where the green 5 is going to have to go, in that very cell. And that does not work. Man, that's bad. That doesn't work. Okay, so I've made a mistake. Let's go all the way back. Now, I think the mistake I made, I said that, yes, the trouble is I read this 0 and 5 the wrong way round. I thought 0 was coming first. And all my deductions were based on this not being 0 and this being 0, therefore that was rubbish. Right, what I've now discovered is this cell is green, because if you tried to pack all the green in the column into there, you'd need to put a 5 in. But this row can only sustain 4 of green. So that is green, and it's part of the 5, and it's not a 0 cell, because the 0 is yet to be placed in green in that row. So this is part of 5. It's probably a whole 5. In the column, this cannot be 0, because 0 in the region is in one of those cells. So that is a 5. Is it a 5? Yeah, this can't be contributing to the 4 in this row, which is including that cell over there. This couldn't be green. That is pink. And the 0 in green in this region is in one of those cells. Now, this is part of 4. So it's 1, 3, or 4. Well, it could be 0. No, it can't, because the 0 in the region is now in one of those two cells. So these two cannot be green. The 0 in the region can't be in them, so they're pink. These are still quite possibly 9, 8 in this row. This is pink because the 5 has to be hedged off from the 0. So in the column, the first green is here, and that's pink as well. Now in the row, 9 is either 1 or 2 blue cells, but 4 is now either those two or just that green cell. Three, 6, 5. Okay, let's look in this column again. We need 9 in yellow. We've got a 13 yellow there. That's an 8. 9 in yellow means that's going to be a 1, because we've used the 0 in this region, and that's not yellow. And therefore these two add up to 5, and they are a 2, 3 pair. Unless there's a 0, 5 pair. No, they are a 2, 3 pair. We've had the 0 in the region. In fact, in this region, 6, 0, 8, 1, 2, 3, we've got 4, 5, 7, 9 left to place. 7 is there, so 7's in one of those cells. 5's in one of those two. No, hang on. 5's not ruled out of there, despite sitting there. That's so strange, but it's true. Okay, let's forget the 7. Now, we've got to make this yellow region add up. Look, 1, 2, 6. That's a 5. It is a 5. And I've got 22 going south. I'm only on 16 so far, plus that, plus that. These two have got to add up to 6. And they could be 3, 3, because they're different characters of digit. That's strange. Right, this is 2, 3. So we've got 4, 7, 9. 7 I can put in here. And then this is a 4, 9 pair, but we've already had 4 in this row, not in shaded. So that's 9, that's 4. Now, 19 in bright blue. There we go, that's done. 9 in yellow, then 7 in bright blue, 16 in bright blue. I feel this has to be bright blue. In this column, we've got 9, then 7 in bright blue. I don't quite know for sure. I'm almost certain that's bright blue, but not 100% certain yet. Oh, this pair, they're clued above 6, so that's a 2, that's a 3, and this is a 3 below. That's so evil. Now that 3 is part of a 24 total, so I'm going to colour all of those yellow. This is now, that means that's blue shutting off. This is part of 9, but they're both in the 1 to 6 region, so that is a 4, 5 pair. And this is 1, 2, 6. And in this column we've got 19, then we've got yellow 9, so they're all yellow. And then we've got purple 7, which could well be there, and that would work in the row. It's not proven, but it's almost certain. Now, 1, 2, 6 there. What about this? This is part of a 22 sum. The most they can add up to is 11, so those both go yellow. This is part of a 9 sum, so that goes yellow. These are part of a 17 sum. No, these are part of a 22 sum. This is part of a 17 sum. "13 is done there, 11 is done there. One of the 9s is done here, so there's another 9 crammed in here somewhere, yellow 9. Could come into this cell, but any of these could come into that cell. The yellow area is a bit tricky. Okay, let's go down here. We've had 8 in dark blue, 5 in dark blue, purple and pink only down here still to come. Well, I don't know. Okay, let's go back up to this row. 13, 0. Is that 1 green? I mean, I bet it is. Then we've got 14 bright blue to come, 9 in dark blue. Now, can this be a 9 in the column? What have we got? 12, 17. No, it can't. That would be too many. So that's also dark blue. This is part of a 20 sum. Oh, dark blue. This is not dark blue in the row because there's only one 0. So dark blue begins here in the column, and whichever one of the dark blues, it is the top one, has to add up to 11. So it has to go there. And that is part of a 24 sum in the row, which has got to include that cell and this one. In fact, the 5 purple has to be packed in, the 5 violet purple has to be packed in there. This is now not 5. Those are also in shaded, they're not 5. This is part of a 24 sum, so it goes to at least here. This is part of a 9 sum. On the downside, this is part of an 11 sum. Oh, this. Is it the top 8? Yes, we can't pack in all those other things. So it's not the bottom 3. This is part of the top 8. It's probably an 8. In fact, the digits we have left in non-shaded cells in this row are 987630. I'm tempted to expect that that's a 9. Oh, we can't have 0 in this region because we've already had a 0 in it. Maybe I should actually think about zeros in regions, do Sudoku. 0 in this region is in one of these 3 cells, and it is purple. Interesting. Don't know the answer. But it means in this region we have no purple to come. We just have 4, 5, no 0 to come. We just have 4, 5, 6, and 7. That one can't be 5. This one can't be 6. How about this group of cells? 2 and 3 must be included there. They don't have to be purple, but they could be. I don't know, we've got 6 purple down here, 7 purple here. It's just too much purple asking to be found. Oh, I must be able to fill in this digit in this row. So what have we not had in shaded? 3, 6, 4, 2, 1, that's a 5 in the column is what I meant. And that's shaded as well, so that's sorted. Then these must be from 1 to 6, but we've already had 1 there. That's 2 or 6. It sees that 1 and that 3, 4 pair. I don't know, getting a bit bogged down in that stuff now. 24 in yellow, 10, 19 is, no, 10, 13, 22. Yeah, well, yellow has to extend to there. We can't get it done in those. And that's part of a 17 sum with a bright blue 7 somewhere here above it. That can't be a single 7 there because we're in a region that doesn't have a 7 here. Could be a single 7 there. Yeah, it could. Well, we've got to get a bright blue 9 in this row. That has got to take both of these, and they've got to be a 2-3 pair. That's our bright blue 9 in this row. And that makes that a 6 by Sudoku on shaded cells. Then I've got 1, 2, 3 here. That must be 3. This is a 1, 2 pair. And now that can't be 3 or 4. That's a 5. And in this region, I've got a 3, 4 pair here. It's so weird to see a 4 sitting there and not know how that makes 3, 4 go up here. But there we go. Right, 3, 1, 2. Now, in this region, I've done the 16. I've got to have yellow 9. These cells are from 4, 5, 6. I've got to have blue, dark blue 12. And then 5 in purple. That can't be purple in this column because we're looking for a 1 as the next region. So that's pink. So the 5 can't include both of those because I've only got 0, 5, 6, and 8 to put in this row. So I must be able to work out the 5 in purple along here, followed by 9 in yellow, which could be a 4, 5 pair in this 4, 5, 6 group. But there's a 12 in dark blue as well. That's incredible. Right, the 5 is going to have to include that cell. The 12 in dark blue is going to be those, and they're going to be 8, 4. Or 6, 6. Oh, I hate having to allow for that. Right, 8, 4 or 6, 6. But then the yellow is going to add up to 9. That's going to be a 4, 5 pair. So that is a 6. The 12 actually is 6, 6. That's just monstrous. And then we can remove 6 from those cells. The The 5 is going to have to use this cell, the purple 5. And it's going to be a 5. It can't be 8. 0 wouldn't help get us to the total. So it is 5. These are just unshaded pink colour. That 5 fits in its column. This is part of an 8 sum. Now, I can remove 6 from those cells because we've had the unshaded 6 in the region. This is part of a 7 sum in the column. Oh, that's only part of a 2 sum in the column, so that's 2. That's 3. This must be 4. And the 7 sum is made up. This is part of a 9 sum. This is a single green cell that is part of a 9 sum, so that's 9. This is now not allowed to be 9. It's part of a 17 sum in the row, and that 17 sum can't contribute any green value in this column, so that's an 8. I'm not saying this isn't green, but it's 0 if it is. Now we've had 9 and 8 in this region, so they're out of here. I think this 24 is 9, 8, 7 and maybe 0, but I just don't know for sure. So this 4 is part of a 14 sum. That's become green. Oh, that's not good. I hadn't... Oh, bother. Right, let's rewind to where I was. Oh, it was just here where I was saying that was a green 9. Now I'd forgotten that this could be green, and indeed is green. So that's an 8. This is probably a 9. Yes, again, we can't pick up any green value there, so that's a 9. And green is finished in this column now. I mean, there is a green 0 in one of those cells. There is, I don't know. Anyway, just flip those round basically. 9, 8, 4, 6. These still can't be 9, 8. Now, in this row, we need 11 in bright blue. We need 14 in this row in bright blue, including that 4, so including 2 more cells. This is part of 8 in this column in bright blue, but it can't be a single 8 because that's gone. In the column, we've got a green 0 followed by 8 in bright blue, followed by 13 in dark blue. But in this row, we've got 24 in dark blue. This is part of an 8 sum in the column. That can't be 9. This is part of a 6 sum in the column. That's got to be 0. Oh, that's huge. That's correct. This is not part of the 9 sum because we've only had 1 bright blue. Okay, so that is a 0. Now these have to be 9, 8, 7 with 7 there in dark blue and 9, 8. I've apparently ruled 9 out of that cell. I don't know why. I'm putting it back in as a possibility. Oh, because this column only has 8 in blue in the top region. Right. 9, 8, 0, 7, 4, 1, 5, 2. These are a 3, 6 pair. And that is not 0, therefore, and not orange, therefore. This is orange and is 0. This is pink. This is not 0. It's also not 5. That's an 8. Now, 4, 2, 0, 1, 8, 3, 6. These are from 5, 7, 9. That one is not 9 in this row because we've had a 9. This one sees a 5 here, so it's not 5. Now, let's do the maths again, maybe. 9 plus 2 makes 11. We can't have a 0 in those cells. So that is a 2, and that is not dark blue. This 2 is contributing to a 9 sum. That 8 is finished. There's no more blue there. So that's a 7, and that completes the columns 24 and the rows 9. Wow. We need 19 in bright blue down here. Don't know. By Sudoku, an 8 in this region is in one of those two cells. We're making 20. Ah, well, we can't make that up with another 8, so the blue is going to have to extend here, the bright blue. And we've got 12 already. We need another 8 that is not using a 2. It's either 1, 7 or 3, 5. These can't be 5s, and they can't be 3s because we've had those. So it's 8, 1, 7. That one can't be 7. So this is an 8, 7 pair. That is a 1. Now I'm just looking at the unshaded cells in this region. We've got 3, 4 and 6 to go. We've had 6 here, so that's 6. That's 4, that's 3. This green area has to add to 11. Sorry, bright blue area has to add to 11. Is that a single 7? No, we've had 7. So that's blue. These two add to 7. They are a 2, 5 pair. This is a 1, 3 pair. Bright blue adds to 14, so that's bright blue. There we go. In the column, we're looking for 19 in bright blue, so that's gone bright blue. In the row, that's a 1 or a 2. Now, I don't know. Oh yes, in this row, this might be bright blue. If it's in fact, this is a 0. I don't know its colour. Yes, I do. In the column, it's green. There we go. And these are all now pink. Between that 4 and that 7, these are all pink. Unless that's a 0 in green. Yes, it is in that column. Good grief. Good thing I left that possibility to account for. Okay. This 2 and 4 are probably resolved. No, those 4s are unshaded. So confusing, this stuff. We need a green 0 in this column. That's going to be here. Too many horrible green 0s around. Right, this is pink, because it can't be anything else. Now, this, we can add this up. We've got 9, 10 or 11. We need 9 or 8 here, but it can't be 8, so it's a 9. 9, 12, 18, that's a 1. This one is a 2 in its region. I can do these now using the horizontal sums, and that's an 8. And now down here, this has got to add up to 11. There we go. So hopefully these totals add up. 11, yes. 14, yes. Unshaded in this row. We've got 1, 2, and 4 still to place. Okay, let's just take these colours down. We've done all this. What's this? I don't even know what colours I'm looking at here. These are white still. Right. That is not 0, so it's not green, and it's not yellow. Oh, it's bright blue, isn't it? Just seen that. And that's it. This is not bright blue, so it must be pink. That must be pink. It's non-zero. There we go. That's all the colours in the top half finally finalised. Oh, look what this sees. In shaded cells, it sees 1, 2, 5, 6, 3. That's a naked 4. It doesn't look very naked. This one sees 1, 2, 4, and that 5, and that 6, so that's a naked 3. This has become 5. That's a 6 in the column. Now, in this column, these can't be 4 or 3. In the box, they can't be 6. That's 1 or 5. That can't be 1 or 6. Oh, it can't be 5 either. That is a 2. So these are a 1, 5 pair at the top. Well, that accords with this. Now, we've had 4 in the unshaded in this box. That's a 1, 2 pair. That's a 4. 4, 8, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9 left. These are a 6, 9 pair. Don't know the order. 3, 5, 7 left. 3 is looking at that cell. So confusing to see what digits are looking at cells and what ones aren't. That 5 is looking at that cell. Right. Now, 22 in yellow. So these 3 add up to 17. These 2 or 3 add up to 13. That 13 is complete. We need yellow 4. I don't know which row it's in, or both, or all 3 even. Okay, in this column we've had 4, 11, 6. We need bright blue 12. Well, that can't be in this row. Well, it can't be getting any value. No, it can't be anything in this row. This only has yellow in the row and no yellow in the column, so that's pink. So bright blue 12, can it be here? Yes, we do need some bright blue in this row and in this row. And even in all 4 of these rows, there is some bright blue to be had yet. That's going to be tricky. That's my prediction there. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Still plenty of time to go in this puzzle. Now, where are we? 24 in yellow. 22 in yellow. I don't know. Right, let's go lower. We've got 13 in dark blue. We've got 6 in purple. Before, 3 in bright blue, 6 in dark blue, 6 in purple. Wow, I don't know. Okay, this one could be a 0 in purple, but that could be 1 0 with a 2 to follow further down. I just don't know. This is very hard to pick apart. Okay, in this column, we've had 4, 8, 7, 1, 2, 9. The other unshadeds are 0, 3, 5, and 6. Here, that has become pink. So all of those are pink, because there's only yellow to begin with. Right. So in this column, we've had the first 11. We've got 5 in bright blue, then 11 in dark blue, and 3 in purple somewhere below. This column, we've still got 18 in dark blue to achieve before 4 in purple. I mean, this is hard. It's all dark blue and purple. Oh, this row, look at all those digits that we've had outside shaded cells. So that's 0 and 6. And in this row, we've had those. So we've got 2, 5, 6, 8 left. It might help. You just never know. Yes, that's pink. So here, that could be purple. If that wasn't purple, the first place purple could be looking this way is here. I suppose that could be a 7 with a bright blue 6 and a dark blue 7 before. Oh, that just doesn't resolve. Although the dark blue 7 is going to be at least 2 cells in this row, because it's going to be in the shaded area, which aren't allowed to have more than 6. So is, well, no. If the purple was in the shaded area, it would have to add to 7 in those 2 cells. The dark blue would add to 7 in those 2 cells. The bright blue would be a 6 in that cell. The purple can't be in 2 cells because there's no purple in column 6. Wow, so that is purple. That's taken some finding. Everything below that purple is now pink because there's no 0. In this row, we've got the 13. That has to be pink. Unless it could be purple 6. It could be purple 6. Probably is purple 6. we've got purple 0 in this column. Well, that can't be in the shaded cells, which need a 2 and a 3 in these parts. That indeed is pink now because it's below the 0 in this column. And in this column, this row can't contribute any more value to purple because there's only a 0 in purple to come. And this can't be the 9 in purple on its own, nor can that. So the purple 9 is going to involve that cell, which can't be more than 4. In fact, the purple 9 is going to be those 3 cells at 2, 4, and 3, the maximum they can be in the columns. And these are all not purple. That one indeed is pink. Oh, well, no, they could have a purple 0 in. I'd forgotten the purple 0. Okay. No, I've got a problem. I've put a 2 there, unshaded, and now I've put a 2 here. That is a problem. That is a problem, and it's a fatal problem. Right, so I got this wrong somehow. I can't understand how that could have occurred. So I was saying, when I got to this point, I was saying, this can't be pink, it can't be purple, because it can't be 0 in this shaded region. They don't have zeros. This can't be 6 on its own. No, sorry, it can't be 9 on its own, because it's limited to 1 to 6. So that is not the purple colouring 9. So that's pink. This can't be 9 on its own. Ah, this could be 9 on its own. This could be 9 on its own. I'd forgotten that we had a 9 still to come. And now, the reason that I can't put 2, 4, 3 there, which are the bottom values in these columns, is that we've had a 2 in this row. So that is a purple 9. There we go. Wow, saved again. These are all pink because they're not joining on to this with a 0. Okay. Now in this column we've had 9, 4, 8, 2, 1, 6. This is 3, 5, or 7. In this column, 6, 9, 0, 5, 3, 7. The other unshaded cells are 1, 2, 4, or 8. The bottom one can't be 2. Now, what next then? Does this column suddenly become doable? We've got to put in light blue 5, dark blue 11, and purple 3. No, that doesn't get... Well, that purple, this can't contribute any value to purple, because there is no more purple value to put in this row. There's only 3 in this row, maximum. There's no more purple value to put in this column or this column. There's only 3, 4, 2, and 1. That 1 has got to be here. That's got to match in the column and row. The 2, 4, and 3. But yeah, we've had that 7. So the 2, 4, and 3, which add up to 9, are supplying a just 6 of the 2 6s in this row. The other 6 must be there. And 3 in this row. The 9 is 6 here and 3 here. Okay. I think it goes purple 2, purple 4, purple 3. I don't know that that's absolutely guaranteed yet, but that's right. Everything below that is pink because the 0 in the region is there. Now, none of these can have a 6 in this region. That's a 4, 5, 7 triple, and that's a 6 at the top. This is now not 5 or 6. 4, 5, 7, 6, 1, 3, 0, 2, 8, 9 still to place. 2, 0, 0, 9. Yeah, 0. Oh, I don't know. 8 there. I can't resolve those quite. But I sort of think purple has to be 2, 4, 3. Bottom place for purple value here, so allowing 11 in dark blue above it and 5 in bright blue above that. I can't quite prove that. It's probably Sudoku now. It really is. Right. These see 2, 3, and 4 up there, so they're from 1, 5, 6. These see a 6. I don't know. I can't do these by looking around across the grid. Oh, 2 can't be in those cells, and that one can't be 5, 4, or 3 in the row. It is so difficult to scan just there. Look, 4 is looking at that cell, but when you do it, you find things. 3, 4 there, 1, 2 there. In this row, 3, 2. That's not allowed to be 5 or 4 in the column. In fact, this is a 1, 6 pair down here in the column. And that, oh no, I was going to say that makes this a 2. That's not right. 1, 2, 6 are there. This is a 3, 4, 5 triple. And that must be a 2. Yeah, look at that. We had all the 5 digits in shaded in that column. Now, 1 is shaded there, so 6 and 1 are done here. 3, 4, 5 triple there. I don't know how that's going to work out. That 6 though places the 6 over here. That 5 sorts out the 4, 5 pair. In this column we've got 5, 2, 6, 1 and a 3, 4 pair. That's 2 or 6 in its column. None of them are shaded. That's annoying. Now in this row we've got a 6. These can't be 1s anymore. So now I can maybe think about the values. I don't know where. Oh, in this column I'm still going to have to find yellow. Yellow 4, somewhere here. No, I don't know. Right, these add up to 17. It's very difficult. I'm sorry I'm so slow, but it's very difficult. That's a 5. We need a purple 4. I think that has to be purple 2. If you made it there, that would be 2, that would be 1, this would be 3, and that would be another 3. So I think it has to be 3 there in purple, 4 here, and 2 here. I think that's proven. And that's all the purple scoring in column 1. But there are 2 purple 0s. One of them is in, well, probably there, or one of those. Oh, it's never in shaded, so it is there. That is purple 0. That's how I should have got to this, because 0 can only be in unshaded cells. Right, now that's seeing an 8, that cell, so that's a 9. That's 2, that's 8. 4, 5 are looking at that, is a 3. In this row, 2, 3, 1, one of these is a 6. So we've got the purple values. We've still got zeros to park in purple. Well, in this row we have 1, definitely, and in this row. And they have to attach to another purple. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I can use that. That has to be the 0. They have to attach to another purple. That has to be the 0. And that's all the purple done. So these are pink. These are pink. How am I doing on zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got lots done. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I must be able to do the one in this corner. There it is, 14. And then I've got zeros in these areas. Where can they not be? That has to be 0. And then the last 0 in the puzzle is there. And that's all my zeros out the way, so I don't have to worry about those beasties anymore. So in this row, oh look, what are we going to pack in here? Just 4 blue somewhere, 4 dark blue. That's no use. That could be yellow. Okay, maybe this won't have helped. Dark blue 18. That's got to be 3 cells. That's all those 3. 18 can't get done in 2. Right, they're all dark blue. In the rows, they're contributing to 9, 8, and 7, which is 24. In the columns, they're contributing 18. So 6 have to be extended, but we've also got dark blue here. Oh, I just don't know. Three, 6, 9, 7, 4, 5 in this row. 0 there. 1, 2, 8. That can't be 8 in the column, so that's 1 or 2. This can't be 1 in the region. This one, I don't know. 1, 2, or 8. So, is that a single 8? I bet it is. They don't manage to add up to 9 on their own. So that's yellow. And now, we can't have an 8 there, or we'd add up to too many, and we have a 1, 2. Wow, I've got to be careful, because I could repeat one of those digits here, and I've still got yellow in this column. But that's a 1, 2 pair in the region, not shaded. So that's now a 4, 8 pair. So let's do maths in this column. After the 13 dark blue, we need 4 yellow, and then 4 in light blue, which is going to be in this sort of rhombus area. 4, 8, 1, 2, 0. These are from 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. Where's the 3? The 3 has to be here. Has to be. It can't be there. Oh, hang on. I was using that 3. That's no good. That's a shaded 3. I'm trying to find the unshaded 3. 9 is in one of those cells. 6 is in one of those. 3, 5, 7. Who knows or dares to dream? Oh, pencil mark city. Oh, that's a 6 in the row. Now, what about this column? The unshaded 3, 4, 1, 0, 6, 2. We've got 5, 7, 8, 9 to place in the column. That one can't be 8 or 9, and that one can't be 5. This one I don't know. That can't be, in fact we've had 0. Neither of those are 0. Oh, they can't be from 6 in this region. They're 3 and 5. That's not a 5 then. 6, 0, 1, 3, 5. 2, 4, 7, 8, 9 to place. Four, no. That 4 is not looking at these cells because it's shaded. Could that be 22? It could just. 7, 9, 6. Right, only one of these can be yellow because we're only looking for 4 in yellow. So if that 4 was there, this is 796. Then the 4 needs a value of 20 in these cells, and that won't work because that would not be able to be 6. That would be a 2, and these would have to add up to 18. So this has to be the yellow 4, it seems. That's quite a complicated calculation, but it's right. And this is 8 and not yellow. That is pink. Oh, no, yeah, no. This is all wrong because I was failing to add these digits in. Right, let's try this again. It didn't look right. 3, 4, that's 7. We need another 17 here. And we only need 17 here as well. I can do a holistic calculation. That's so strange, but I can. So I'm going to include that cell for a moment. 3, 5, 6, 7, 9 add up to 30. Plus 1, 2, 6 is 39. Plus 1 and 2 is 42. Now, plus those 12. Let's do that. 54. I am adding up to yellow in these 3 rows of 55, but I'm not counting this. I am instead counting a 4 from one of these cells. So that is a 3 that I'm not counting. And one of these is a 4 that I am counting in yellow. I don't know which it is yet, but that adds up to 9 on its own. That's a 6. This is seeing 1s in both categories in the row, so that's a 2, that's a 1. Now, this row, we've had a 5. That has to be 7 and 9. 16, 21, 22, that's complete. That is not yellow, so that is yellow and is the 4. And in this row, we've got 9, 13. These add up to 11, and they're not 7 or 9. They're a 5, 6 pair. But they're not looking at that 5 or that 6, so I don't know their order. So strange. So this 1, 2 pair, which are looking at that 1, 2 pair, I don't know their order. I can do the maths in the column, of course. 22, 14, 6 and 2. And that's 1 and 5, and the number at the top had better be 17. It is, and that's 4. Okay, that's all the yellow done. This is an 8, and it's not yellow. I don't know. It's not bright blue either in the column, so that's pink. Wow. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 0. This seems to be an impossible number now. Let's hope I've just pencil marked it wrong. I don't feel like I have. I've got 2, 7, 8, 9 to put in here, and that one can't be any of 8, 7, 2, 9. Oh no, not now. Not now at this point. Oh, goodness, I thought I was going fine. How has that gone wrong? Do you know, I have an idea how it might have gone wrong. It's a weird idea. But could that have been the yellow 4? Okay, let's try that. This is where, I mean, you can easily make a mistake in this puzzle. I mean, I'm just showing you that, obviously. So all the maths I did there is bogus if that could be the yellow 4. Then that would be a 7 because we were subtracting that out of this. So if that was a 7, these would be 3, 5, 6, 9, adding up to 23, plus 1, 2, 6, 3, 4, 5. That's another 21. That's 44 plus those two is 47. I'm wondering if this is a yellow 4 instead of there being a 4, 8 there. Then we could have 4, 1, 2, and that could be a 2, and there's no reason it couldn't. That's a 2, so these add up to 1, 6. So then the total of this area now is 19. And we're trying to come to 46, so we need 27 in yellow. That would be 9765 again. Oh, that remains a 3. Okay, I think this is feasible. And since maybe I should just be doing these calculations down. Maybe they were absolutely maxed out. 5971 or 5962. That's all this can be. So one of those is a 9, the other is 6 or 7, and this is 1 or 2. So here we can't use both 6 and 7, but we've still got to get to 17. So if I went 4, 7, 5, 1, or 4, 5, 6, 2, I would do it. But no 3 is possible there. So that is a 3 in the region. Now that's a 5. Let's do it this way round. That being a 5 means this isn't a 5 and this is a 5. And now maybe this 9, no, they have to add to 8. That doesn't resolve this. But this row, 10, we've got another 12 to achieve. And that can't be just done with these two. Now I'm getting confused. Oh, that 1, 2 pair, unshaded, that's looking at that cell, that's an 8. 106, 835, 2479 still to go. I just can't work this out. Right, but I haven't finished that. We've got 10 in this row. We need another 12. That can't be just those two, so it kind of has to be 4, 7, 1. But I wasn't going to be using this 4. Maybe I am now. Let's try it. 4, 7, 1. It seems forced. That's yellow. That's an 8. That's not 8. And now I've got a 6, 7, 9 triple. And this pair is a 2, 4 pair. And one of them is looking at a 2 up there. So that is 7 or 9, but it can't be 7. So that's a 9. That's 7. This is 6, that's 9. Now, this can still be 6, but let's do the maths now. 15, 18, 22, that's a 2. That's a 6. Okay, I think this works in yellow. I think yellow is okay. I think it works in this row. This is seeing a 2 there, so that's 6, 2. This is not seeing anything in the region anymore at all yet. I don't know what I'm saying. That doesn't matter. This calculation needs a 2, and the one here is going to be right with a 1. Yes, okay. That 1, 2 sorts out this 1, 2 up here. Now, this 3 or 7 must be resolved. What have we got? Outside 194652 387 still to place in the column outside the one to the shaded areas. Oh, how about these shaded areas? They're looking at 152, so they're from 346. Yeah, that's thrilling, isn't it? Now, how about this column, this row? That was the end of yellow. We've got 12 in blue, and then 12 in light blue. It's got to involve a 6, but it could be 633, or it can't be 66. They'd both be shaded. So it is 633, and they're all bright blue. That's so strange. And this is a 4 over the other side, with a 3 beneath it. Now, 3 and 6. These are 1, 2, 4, 5. Now, what have we got going on in blue? 3 needs a 2 in blue. And then in this column we've got 12, and in this column we've got 12. That's not what I needed. That's not what I needed. But this is not blue. I feel these are pink. Well, I might, yeah, we've exhausted all the zeros, so they are pink. This is known in the column. In the row, it's 7. In the column, it's wrong. I want it to be 1. Okay, these weren't pink, because I've failed to allow for dark blue. They're both dark blue. That's what they are. This is a 1 to make up the 18 in the column. These two are, oh look, that 3 is looking up at the top, has been for ages. And the 2 is looking there now. 2, 3, 1, 4. These are a 5, 6 pair. That adds up to 11. This is a 1. I just said that. Why didn't I type it in? Now, I can't put 5 there, or I'd need another 1 there. So that's 6. That's 5. That does need another 1, and it can go there, which is part of a 3-sum, which is going to need more here, which is going to be a 2. That is going to need 5 more to its right. So that's blue. Oh, this is crazy. What have I still got to place in shaded cells in this row? 1, 4, and 5. It could be 1, 4 there, or it could be a single 5 in blue. Right, this is part of a 12-sum, this is part of a 12-sum. Both those are bright blue. But we've also got 6 to put in bright blue here. Oh, that 8 was the bright blue 8. This is nothing. We've had the yellow 4. We've got bright blue 4 still to go. Right, it's not giving up its secrets. Oh, well, I can do Sudoku. That's a 3. And then I've got a 4, 5 pair beneath it. That's a 6. That's now not a 6. In fact, we've had 3 to, yes, that's 4 or 5. This is a 1, 4, 5 triple. But 4, 5, 1 there, that's a 6. 2 and 3 here, are they resolved above? I can't see. That's now not a 6 or a 1 in the row, that's a 5. That must be a 1, 4 pair, that's a 5, that's a 4. This is a 2, 3 pair. Now, we're looking for 12 here. 7, that's bright blue. We're looking for 4 vertically. Ooh, don't know. 12 vertically here, that's bright blue. What about this? Yes, 12 vertically here, that's bright blue. That 4 is part of a 6-sum, so that's 2, and that ends there. This is not bright blue, that is pink. This must be a 4. That's a 1. This is 3 by Sudoku. That's a 6. In this column, that's a 5. That's 3. That's 1. That's 2. This is 4 in the region. That's 5 and 4. That's all the shaded cells in the puzzle done, apart from these 2, which are now done as 1 and 5. This digit must be known. In its row, it's a 5. Oh, I can do the colouring. 12 is done, 4 is done, they're all finished. Hang on. I need 3 in the row for bright blue. But that's going to mess up my column total. I had 12 there, I had 12 there. I've done my 12, well I can't have these two 4s, I've mistyped something. That's the kind of mistake you do not want to make at this point. That's a... Oh no. Hang on, I got these the wrong way around. 4, 1, that's a 1. That's bright blue, and that's working. Okay. 6, 7, that's dark blue. This is a 3, that's finished. That 4's finished. That 12's finished. All the bright blue is done. It's all done. Okay, and I haven't lost track of the shaded cells. This is pink. Now, in this column, that's dark blue. No, because that doesn't work in the row. Oh, help me. I want this to be dark blue. In the column, it would work, but it's no good in the row where it only needs to be contributing 4. That's pink. In this row, I need a 4 in dark blue. I want it to be there. Hang on, I'm not meant to have any dark blue. I've got this 5 and 4 the wrong way round, and that 5 and 4 the wrong way round. I've done all sorts wrong. Right, 5 there, 4 there. Forget the colour of that one. 4 and 5 there. Rescue job going on here. They're still pink. That 7 is now correct. That 9 is correct. That 4 is correct. These are not blue. In this column, we've got 13, 4, 4. They're pink. There we go. I think I'm still okay. Well, I think I've repaired it. I don't like affecting running repairs. It's a mess. And I acknowledge that. But this is a hard puzzle to get your head round. Right, in this column, 5607, 298. These are 1, 3, 4. But there's 1 and 3 looking at one of the cells. So that's a 4 with a 1, 3 pair beneath. That 4 is looking at this, so that's a 7. Okay, in this column, that 3 is looking at that cell, so that's a 7. That fixes 5 and 3 there now. I don't know about that 6, 9 pair. This pair, C, 6, 9, 0, 5, 3, 7, they're a 2, 1 pair. And that 2 is going to resolve which way round they go. Good. Now in this box, 9, 2, 1, 0, 5, we've got 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 to go. 8 has to be in one of those two, and 7. So this is 3, 4, 6. 3 and 4 are looking at the top digit there. That's a 6. Don't know how these are going to get sorted out yet. One of these digits can be removed. It's a 7. So that's a 5. That was going to look across. 4 and 5 done there. 3 and 4 done there. 7 and 8 are resolved. That's become a 9. That's 8 in the corner. So, nearly done at the bottom. That 3 is looking at this. 8, 3, 9, 1, 0, 4, 5, 2, 6 and 7 in that order, because I'm looking at that 7 for confirmation. Right, now I've got the top boxes 2, 3, 4 and 8 still to go. So let's do this pair, which are not 5, 3, 2, 6, 1, 4, 0, 9. They're 7 and 8. This pair are not 0, 8, 1, 7, 4, 5. No, 8, 1, 7, 3, 5, 6, 2. They're 4 and 9. I know the order of those because of this 4. This is 1, 2, 3. That top one sees a 2 and a 3. That next one sees a 3. Okay, cool. This 6, 9 pair, they're resolved by the 9. Can't do the 7, 8 pair yet. Let's look at this row. 5, 8, 1, 4, 9, 7, 3, 0. That's 2 and 6, and there's a 2 there telling me which way round they go. That 6 looks down here. That must be resolved. It's a 7, And that fixes the other two things. Now, down here, 6, 4, 7, 5, 3, 8, 2, 0. We've got 1 and 9 to go. 9, 1. This is 7, 8. And I've got a deadly pattern. Now, there must be a way that this is resolved, but it's very hard to guess what it is when they're both in pink. How are they resolved? There's no count for them. I mean, have I really done something wrong? I'm going to get rid of the pink and look at the picture while I think about how this might be meant to be resolved. Are we? Oh, look, it's a sort of parrot flapping its wings, I think. Anyway, how are these 7/8s resolved? What am I missing here? Have I... You know, I could easily have done something absolutely mind-blowingly hideous in the rest of the puzzle. There's every chance. One, 2, 5. So in this column, 9, 7, 2, 8. No, that works. 7, 1, 9, 4. I mean, I'm not trying to... Yeah, no, there's a problem here. There's 2 7s in this column. And that's a very significant problem. Or is it? See, that should be a 3. And that's going to spoil this cell, but let's just think about this. Those are wrong. Let's put them the other way around. Let's make this one a 3. Repair job again, and that a 7. Now, this is the problem now, but these were quite late fill-ins. I thought they had to be 1, 2, 3 because of this 7. And 8. I was working on the box to decide that they were 1, 2, 3, but it seems to work for the row as well. But maybe the problem's over here then. Let's get rid of those, which are all white. See, can these be 1, 2, 3 now? They could if that was a 2. If we allow that to be a 2, in this row we've got 5, 8, 1, 4, 9, 3, 2, 0, 6. Let's put 7 there. Then 8 and 2 here, because that goes off this 2. And now we can put in 3 and 1 and 7 and 8 here. And now they work. So that might be the repair job needed there. Oh man, what a puzzle. That is one of the glitchiest, botchiest solves of a puzzle. It's really very clever, but my goodness, it's mind-bending. Math, I do not know how you created a grid like that, and Panthera, how you have then translated it into colours. I'm guessing that's a parrot, but it might be some other beautifully coloured bird, or even, I thought butterfly for a second, but I don't think that's right. I think it's a bird. And it's very cleverly done. But it's a very difficult puzzle. I'm thrilled to have actually got to the point where it says you've got this right. I may have some colouring wrong somewhere. I haven't got any numbers wrong because it's told me I haven't. So I'm confident about the numbers now. But the colouring, who knows? That was tough, and it was tough to fix, and there were a lot of running repair jobs. But it's finished, and I'm pleased about that. Tough puzzle. Thank you for watching. I'm going to say bye for now and just leave it now. Wow, I mean, let me know how you got on with this puzzle in the comments. Ooh, it's difficult. Bye for now.